'Cause when the music fades and all is stripped away, and I simply come, longing just to bring something less of worth that will bless you.
These readings for this Sunday of the 33rd Sunday in Ordinary Time are talking about the end of the world. So as we get to the end of the liturgical year, so in the same way that we have a calendar year that ends in December, the liturgical year actually ends with the 34th Sunday in Ordinary Time. And this Sunday, we're at the 33rd. As we get to the end of the year, the readings always begin to talk about the end of times. And so as we see in the gospel, at the very beginning, the Lord's talking about this amazing temple that all the disciples are beholding, right? He talks about costly stones and votive offerings. And he says, even though this beauty of the temple speaks to the glory of God, even at the end of the world, this temple will go away. And so the important message is that no matter what we have in this created world, there's always something more, right? Think about, the most beautiful football stadiums you've been in, baseball stadiums, Lambeau Field, Notre Dame Stadium, Fenway Park, right? When you walk into those spaces, you just kind of feel amazed and in awe of how much history has taken place there, the beauty, just how gorgeous the grass on the field could be. All right, but it's, even those things, even though they're created and they, so many great moments have happened, and that the same is true in our own lives, right? No matter how amazing our athletic careers are, no matter how many accomplishments, no matter how much we glorify God through the talents He's given us in that way, there's always something more. And so that's the message as we come to the end of this liturgical year, is to remember that there's always something more. And God's always calling us to something greater. So yes, it's great that we glorify God with the gifts that we've been given as athletes, but it's also important to glorify God and to always live for heaven. And so as we reflect on these readings today, we thank God for all the gifts that we'll be given, but in a special way, we fix our eyes more firmly on heaven, because we know at the end of the world, we'll stand before God as our true God and true King, and we'll want to give Him something more than just our athletic accomplishments. We'll want to give Him a life of virtue, a life of faith, and a life of living for God and for others. So as you celebrate this 33rd Sunday in Ordinary Time, please know my prayers, and God bless.
So the part of my Catholic faith that inspires me the most is probably the crucifix, the cross, but specifically the crucifix. I think it's the biggest symbol of my Catholic faith. I wear it around my neck, under our jerseys. I was taught at a really young age, Jesus took an instrument of death that was been used for over 3,000 years, and He turned it into a sign of hope. So that crucifix on a daily basis is a reminder, His victory over sin and death, ultimate act of love, and hope for redemption. I tell them, as a Catholic educator, we walk in 7:30 every morning. We see that cross on the side of our school, in our classroom. It's in every classroom of ours. And, we tell everybody on our baseball team, all of our players, what separates, Georgia is a really good state for baseball. What separates us from the rest of everybody else? It's that cross that we have on the back of our hat. It's that crucifix that we wear under our jersey. That comes before anything. And I think that's kind of what separates us from everyone else, is our Catholic faith and our Catholic identity. 2 years ago, we had a 30-foot crucifix installed in right field of our baseball field. And that's where we do our pregame prayer, pre-practice prayer, post-game prayer. And that reminder of Jesus' love right there in right field all the time. Some of the guys joke around, we call them, they have touchdown Jesus in Notre Dame. We call them home run Jesus in right field. We have a screen in front of them. It's an absolute beautiful reminder that we have of Jesus' love for us. So I believe that is where probably what inspires me most is that symbol of our faith.
'Cause when the music fades and all is stripped